Muito bem, olá pessoas, eu sou Paulo Coy, sejam todos muito bem-vindos e cá estamos de volta, senhoras e senhores, o Kingdom Come Deliverance. Sim, vocês estão curtindo tanto, cara, a série, que eu resolvi gravar mais alguns vídeos. Ela falou alguma coisa comigo? Foi horrível. Ué, tem alguma coisa estranha acontecendo, hein? Incendiaram... Ok.
It seemed like any other day. And then I saw thick smoke rising above the hamlet of Rovna. Soon, Sigismund's army were finished there and came for us. The order to attack must have come even before the alarm bell rang.
God preserve us.
Ah, tá. Eu vi um negócio de tempo ali. Achei estranho. Ok, ali agora a gente já sabe mais ou menos como é que funciona o rolê ali. Então talvez a gente consiga... não consegui chegar ao castelo. Talvez se eu mandar isso aqui... vamos lá. Aqui é oratória. Esse daqui, se eu não me engano, é o carisma. E esse por último é utilizando a força. Então vamos de carisma.
I ran to the castle for shelter with the others. Behind me I could hear the shouts of the attackers and the screams of the wounded. Then I turned and saw father trying to save mother. They were both killed. The gate was closed by then. The men on the battlements were calling to me to run and warn you here. And with God's help, I made it.
My God, that's horrible. You were lucky to survive. And our thanks for warning us. I'll pray that you see better times.
Eu nem sei quem é essa mulher. Aldean. Ah, tá, beleza. Bom, eu tô com fome e com sono. Eu não faço ideia de onde meu personagem se encontra no momento. Vou tentar comer alguma coisa. Deixa eu ver. Comida. Tem um pinga e tem um pão. Beleza. Não foi o suficiente para saciar minha fome. Mas vamos adiantar aqui um pouco. Se bem que... Pera aí. Ah, caramba. Você está numa propriedade privada. E daí? É melhor sair então, né? Agora aqui não é privada. Vamos conversar com o cara. Com o dono desse castelo, não sei, feudo. Dessas terras. O barão, o lorde. O nobre que aqui se encontra. Qual é o meu objetivo? Vamos lá, deixa eu... vamos dar uma avaliada aqui, né? Corra. Meu vilarejo foi atacado por soldados estrangeiros e eles mataram muitas pessoas. Eu não consegui entrar no castelo antes de fechar seus portões, então fui enviado para Taumberg para avisá-los caso o destino semelhante lhes ocorresse. Fale com o Sir Robert. E aqui, meu amigo, tome-lhe... aqui é com detalhes. Vamos dar uma olhadinha aqui só para ver como é que funciona isso aqui. Meu vilarejo foi atacado por soldados estrangeiros. Beleza. Ao fugir, vi 3 soldados de Sigismund prestes a estuprar a filha do moleiro, Teresa. Eu não podia deixá-la sozinha e, mesmo eles sendo mais fortes, consegui resgatá-la. Conseguiu fazer com que ela fugisse, né, amigo? Eu consegui um cavalo para cavalgar até Taumberg o mais rápido possível e avisá-los. No fim, eu consegui, embora quase tenha me custado a vida. Os mercenários estrangeiros de Sigismundo são mestres no tiro a cavalo. Putz, grila. Eles me perseguiram e me acertaram na perna com uma flecha. É um milagre que eu não tenha sangrado até a morte. Eu contei a Sir Divish sobre o terrível fim de Scalas, que é a cidadezinha onde ele vivia, onde Henry vivia. Depois de conversar com o seu capitão, Sir Robard, ele decidiu que de ir a socorro a Sir Hadzig seria inútil e que o que eles farão é preparar o castelo de Taumberg para a possibilidade de Sigismund atacá-lo também. Depois disse para o capitão cuidar de mim. Então vamos falar com o capitão agora.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Pô, obrigado, cara. Era
I heard
exatamente...
about your father.
Eita.
They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
E aí? Cozinha, cozinha. E onde é a cozinha, cara? Ir à cozinha com o Sir. Pô, é só seguir o cara. Cadê ele? Pô, tô meio zoado, velho. O cara sumiu.
Sorry about what happened to you,
Será que é por aqui?
but it's no
Reputação
excuse for
perdida?
rudeness.
Tô loucaço de... Vou abrir o mapa aqui. Caraca, mas... Isso? Isso? Caraca, o meu boneco tá... Tá vendo tudo turvo.
Look out.
Será que aqui é a cozinha? Ah, aqui. Achei.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Estamos sendo bem acolhidos. Fome. Quando mais tempo você passar fome, mais fraco seu personagem fica. Você pode até morrer, fome. Diferente dos alimentos que têm diferentes efeitos. Por exemplo, uma maçã não sacia um prato como um prato... Putz. Tá, beleza, eu entendi. Ok, você aprendeu comida. Obrigado, eu aprendi comida. Tá, o que é que eu faço? Ok, vá para o pavilhão do pátio. Dormir até amanhã. Posso simplesmente... Pato assado? Pato assado. Pato assado. Beleza. Purê. Vamos pegando. Vou comer alguma coisa logo. Vou comer logo um pato assado. Ainda não deu pro... Caraca, acho que ele tá com sono, vai. Um pato assado, mais um... purezinho de lentilha. Odeio. E um pãozinho. Ué? Cadê o pato assado? Ele comeu o pato todo? Pega o queijo. O queijo é sempre bom. Calma, cara. Deixar aí, depois a gente pode pegar, irmão. Pode malocar tudo aí. Ninguém vai dar conta da falta, não. Cozinheira.
Good evening.
Onde posso dormir? Onde posso comprar algo? Vamos falar de negócios. Onde posso dormir?
Where's that chamber for me to sleep?
Evans, are you still confused after what happened to you? It's in the lodge in the courtyard.
Thank you.
Onde posso comprar algo?
If I needed some food, who should I ask?
Who do you think, young man? Me, of course. And if you want something extra, I could help you out with that too.
Ah, beleza.
Where's that chamber for me?
Evans!
Meu mouse não me ajudou agora.
Good luck then.
Mas assim a gente vai aprendendo as coisas, né? Caraca, não, calma, calma. Tá bom, tô indo dormir. Meu Deus do céu, o cara tá piscando, velho. Sinistramente. Acho que eu passei direto ou é por aqui? Não, acho que eu passei direto. Calma. Caraca, esse é assustador, velho. Eu acho que é aqui. Cansaço. Quando você estiver cansado, o seu vigor e eloquência também começam a diminuir. Eloquência? Pera aí! A solução é dormir. Procure a cama disponível e que é reconhecida no ícone da bússola. Beleza. Calma. Eu sentar nela. Ah, primeiro eu sento e depois eu aperto pra dormir. Caraca, meu irmão. Isso é muito louco. Mais 1 hora. Eu não posso simplesmente utilizar o mouse, não? Posso. Que horas são? Calma, rapaz. 2, 3. Ah, eu poderia dormir 12 horas, né, velho? Eu poderia dormir 12 horas, porque foi um dia complicado. Mas não deu pra nada.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Sei não, hein? Cuidado, cara. Ela tá dando muita condição. Não consigo falar sobre isso? Consigo sim. Contar a história sobre o ataque.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Alguma coisa me diz que bugou aqui, hein? Eu acho que eu vou dar uma pausa aqui e vou recarregar essa
A
cena.
fellow by the name of Cook.
Cara, mas bugou sinistramente.
It got a bit heated.
Tá muito estranho isso aqui. Pera aí, eu vou dar o load na cena. Segura aí. Bom, vamos lá. Eu tive que carregar o save aqui porque deu alguma zica, velho. Não funcionou legal, não. E aí, meio que não tinha um save antes. Então voltamos pra cena do começo. Vamos pular algumas coisinhas aqui. Eu tive que fechar o jogo, na verdade.
They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Ah, milady.
Bom, a gente já viu essa cena, então
You're
vou
fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Tom.
pular parte, pular tudo. Beleza. A partir da fome, né? Diferentes alimentos, como pode ter efeitos diferentes, mas permanecerá. O pato assado mais por mais tempo. Certos alimentos podem ser mais eficazes no momento de curar. Pegar tudo aqui, né? Ele tá com muita fome.
Oh, God. Eat.
Tá, vamos lá.
Food.
Purê de lentilha. Certo. Um rolo de pão. Baixou um pouquinho. Calma que eu vou pegar o frango ainda. Deu molinho. Opa. Aquilo ali é um pernil. Pato assado. Melhor do que frango. É vinho. Bom. Não vou beber vinho não porque eu sou crente. Pato assado, 3. Ai, comeu pão, foi mal. Pronto. 2 pães, um pato assado. Opa, agora é o sono que tá pegando. E aí, a dona do castelo, a nobre, quando eu vim pra cá... Beleza. Eu poderia gastar uma pinga de cura, né? Uma pinga da salvação, mas... Acho que não vou fazer isso, não. Olha lá, sente-se o E, aperte de novo E. E escolha o tempo para dormir. Vamos lá de novo. Vamos fazer como da outra vez. Não pode dormir mais do que 12 horas. Confirma. Vamos lá.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
Essa tia tá dando condição, velho. Tô dizendo.
Thank you.
Tá rolando as segundas intenções aí.
You could have sent a sermon.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Vamos ver se vai bugar agora. Eu acho que... Espero que não, né? Mas eu acho que sim. Pra falar a verdade. É. Ou seja, esse esforço todo não deu em nada. Contar a história do ataque.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Eu posso utilizar... Eu fui cobrar uma dívida. Aqui pelo menos a gente sabe que o carisma funciona, né?
A fellow by the name of Kunesh owed money to
Onde é que ele tá?
He sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunesh had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved. But Kunesh still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
Meu pai e eu conversamos sobre a vida. Vamos ver se funciona isso aqui também.
Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only you'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
Ó, deu
But
certo.
Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Eu vi a fumaça no horizonte. Bom, a gente já sabe que o carisma funciona. Ela também é muito carismática.
I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Ó, eu não gosto de jogo que tem tempo pra você escolher a opção, cara. Ok,
The
vamos...
gate to the castle was open. The bells and horns sounded the alarm, and the villagers ran to the castle to take cover. They were carrying the few possessions they could grab in haste, and I saw the terror in their eyes.
I can't even imagine how awful it must have been.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Os cumanos estavam pilhando o vilarejo. O cerco de Skalitz começou.
I no longer heard any sounds of battle coming from the castle, so Sigismund's army must have regrouped and started preparing for siege.
No doubt you're right.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Boa.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Olha! É, rolou um interesse aí, hein? Henry. Vamos povoar a Europa, cara. Vamos passar esse engenho adiante.
Help us, son. Don't be a coward. Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
E as ameias pelas escadas do porão. Do porão não, do portão. Você prendeu a mulher na Idade Média, os lords de Talberg. Tentando ser pela porta errada. Caraca, velho, que chuva é essa, irmão? Caraca.
I'm spoiling for a fight, but if I have to choose a place for one, then right here behind the solid wall.
Cara, tá chovendo muito. Tá bem. A ambientação do jogo foi uma parada que eu curti logo de cara. O que está acontecendo?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivis sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get there, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Take care.
O cara pode voltar a dormir, então, pelo menos? Caramba. Sobreviventes, talvez?
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robber?
Sir Ansig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
Well, what will you do then?
We'll march to Rattay. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense, and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Rattay now.
Caraca, que situação sinistra. Agora.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Cara, a armadura dele, que irado, velho. E assim,
Henry, I need to have a word with you.
o jogo, ele é aquele jogo feio bonito ou bonito feio, sabe? Tipo, sei lá, Seu Madruga, como é? Feio, formal, esqueci. Enfim, posso ajudar?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch at the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Goodbye.
Opa, calma lá. E agora? Vigiar as ameias. Tá, beleza, mas eu tenho que ir pra onde exatamente? Meu vilarejo foi atacado por soldados estrangeiros e eles mataram muitas pessoas. Eu não consegui entrar no castelo antes de fechar os portões. Vigiar as ameias. Ok. Onde exatamente ele quer que eu fique, cara? Deixa eu ver se os guardas me ajudam. O que você acha da forma de como o povo de... Caraca, caiu um raio sinistro. Skalitz escapou.
What do you think about how the Skalitz folk managed to flee the siege?
Thank the Lord. I thought it was Sigismund descending on us.
Seems everyone thought that.
Well, we were all expecting the worst. And the truth is, I'm still worried what will happen when Sigismund comes here. And come he will, of that I'm sure. I just hope we'll be as fortunate when we're face to face with that fucker. By the way, Henry, my condolences.
Thank you.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Aí. Passar o tempo. Se for necessário esperar algo, você pode deixar o tempo passar. Basta pressionar T e determinar quanto tempo você quer esperar. Mas cuidado, o cansaço e a fome também aumentam durante a passagem de tempo. Beleza. Tutorial. Aqui é a noite. São 4 horas da manhã. Certo. 5, 6, 7, 8. Vamos esperar até as 8. Vai acontecer alguma coisa às 5, né? Não. Opa. Caraca. O que é que tá acontecendo?
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go! Let's go! Let's go!
Ixi.
Move it!
Será que vai acontecer a guerra, velho?
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot! Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markvart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Caraca, vocês viram o peso da massa? O cara colocando a massa no ombro. Nossa, aí quando a gente pega os joguinhos de RPG, os caras balançam como se fosse um pedaço de isopor. Viu o peso? Olha, o grande vilão. Muito bom, hein? Enterrar seus entes queridos. Objetivo iniciado. Falar com... Ih, rapaz. O exército abandonou a cidade anterior, né? Então pode ser que a gente encontre alguma coisa lá. Bom, galera, eu vou encerrar esse vídeo por aqui. Esse jogo realmente é muito envolvente. Ele tem uma questão aí de ser um... Assim, pelo menos nesse começo, ele tá praticamente sendo uma série mesmo, um filme. E muito bom, muito, muito bom mesmo. Espero que vocês estejam curtindo também. Bom, eu vou continuar fazendo vídeo desse jogo enquanto ele ainda estiver interessante desse jeito. E espero que vocês continuem se interessando mais por ele também. Então não se esqueçam de deixar o like no vídeo, se inscrever no canal e ativar o sininho para vocês não perderem nenhum conteúdo, beleza? Eu vou ficando por aqui, fiquem bem, até a próxima. Tchau, tchau.